Good morning, team. My name is Precious Maluba, a student at Southern New Hampshire University. I'm studying a bachelor's degree in logistics and operation. And here in this video, I am excited to debrief you on the research that would help Acme to expand the business to countries like China, France, India, and Vietnam. And from my research, a best analysis is going to shed more light on the political, economical, technological, and legal. I have learned about some benefits as well as the risks that could hinder the expansion of Acme, including the culture. However, I would like also to debrief you on some terms and concepts that would help in this research. The first concept is exchange rate. This is the value of a nation's currency in terms of the currency of another nation or an economic zone. It has a domestic foreign currency quoted in value against the US dollar. From the chart, the US dollar is greater and highest than the Indian rupee. This knowledge will help Acme to conduct the business transaction profitably. Acme will compare the rate to calculate how much it would need or gain after making an investment or by converting the value in US dollars. The exchange rate poses a risk on Acme if the rate deflates or devalues. The company will not make enough profit as the difference in value would affect the financial stand of Acme. A higher exchange rate can be expected to worsen the country and worsen the country's balance of trade, while a lower exchange rate can be expected to improve it. The second concept is trade barriers. These are the government restriction on international trade. This concept is more likely in developed countries where the government protect specific industries. So the example for trade barriers include license, import quotas, taxes, and so forth. In this video, I will explain the types of trade barriers such as subsidies, anti-dumping, duties, regulatory barriers, and voluntary export restraints. The reason why the government sets these barriers on a foreign business is to protect the domestic jobs. The government would impose taxes on foreign companies to invest in the country to protect people from cheap labor. For example, the Chinese doing business in Malawi might employ workers illegally and use them much more than they earn. For example, the workers will not have a medical insurance, sick leave, life insurance if perhaps they had an accident while on duty. These Chinese will not count these costs to their wages. So the government ensures to get foreign business employ workers using a business contract or an employment contract. The second reason is to improve the trade. If a foreign business imports goods to a country, the people would like to purchase from them, abandoning the product that is homemade. So the government increased the import taxes so that the foreign company would sell their goods at a higher price, and the customers or the people to draw back from their homemade goods at a reasonable price. Hence, they will compare both prices or both goods. The other reason is to protect infant industries. If the government allow foreign companies to freely trade in the country, it might kill domestic industries easily because of the foreigners selling goods in the country. So the investment in their home country is where they make or send the money after trade transactions. So this can abuse the development of the host country. So the government here will make sure to make difficult for foreign business to have all registrations, legal registration before entering the market. and these licenses are expensive and delayed to make a domestic industries have enough room to grow before having their competitors. Another reason is to protect the country from dumping. Most business companies like dumping when importing their goods. This means like doubling up the cost price and set as the selling price. So the government will use custom duty to monitor how much the goods were imported and how much the good would be sold within the country. So that's the country's product will be sold to its people, and the money remains in the country for development. Another reason is to earn more revenue. For sure, the government will impose taxes on businesses coming to invest in the country as a host fee. This revenue will be used for maintaining infrastructure, as some people might be careless. They can break walls while using heavy machines, damage roads. So the trucks or constructing machines, when doing the business in the country, those damages, they are all covered by the taxes that are imposed on the foreign business. So whatever they use in the country must be paid for through the taxes. And another example is a visa for staying in the country for a period of time. If it expires, the government would ask the foreigner or the foreign business to renew another visa, or maybe to pay the money for renewing the visa. So that's another way of setting a barrier for foreign business. And another example is to have an investment in having an investment in France is significant because France has a trade agreement with Vietnam, whereas US has a trade deficit with India. Therefore, India offers the benefit of free trade warehousing zone, meaning that there is some sort of flexibility. So Acme company owners must be aware of what would impact their business if they invest in these countries or one of these countries. This is their advantage to know that the increase in competition on imported goods might threaten the domestic industries, risking employers to lose their jobs and the infant industries to die, the economy of the country to decline, and the domination of foreign business. Due to the domination of foreign business, hence the increased poverty in the host country. So another concept is tariffs. Tariffs are specific taxes imposed on imported goods by the government to protect domestic industries, as I've mentioned, and production from foreign competition. Tariffs are classified into two types. There is a specific tariff levied as a fixed fee depending on the type of the commodity. For example, the government can collect a $1,000 tariff on a car, while an ad valorem tariff is levied according to the value of the commodity, such as a percentage, like 10% of the value of the vehicle. So the main reason for the government to impose tariffs is to ensure the balance of product pricing of goods imported in the country and the goods produced within the country. The government ensures that the people are less attracted to foreign goods due to the raised price. Additionally, tariffs are an extension of foreign policy, imposing the trading partners main exports to customary exerting economic advantage. So tariffs may pose a risk to Acme when importing goods importing goods, as it will pay taxes to the government before entering the market, and perhaps this could get Acme a small profit. So thank you for your attention.